Hey you! Yeah you! Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Don't look down. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 2018 and the cell phone is probably one of the coolest inventions that we got. I know, it's been cool for many years. Don't get me wrong. I believe the first cell phone was invented in 1973. I'm pretty sure it was the size of a table, but it's still pretty cool. Nobody really cared, but it was still cool. In the 80s, it was more cooler, I guess. I mean, you had to carry it like a purse, or as the men call it, a satchel. I believe it cost, $5 a minute? That's a good deal, right? Okay. I guess Rogers and Telus weren't in full effect yet, but yeah, it was still pretty cool. 90s came. They got a little smaller. Still, what was it, like $1 a minute or something? I don't know. Then the thousands came. Started adding all these little gadgets to it. Oh, it's got an alarm clock. It can play music. You can set your own little ringtone. Voice recorder. Hey, it's got a calculator. Cool. And then around the mid-thousands, later, iPhone came into play. Added all these cool gadgets. Basically totally eliminating virtual games. There's no point. I mean, people are going to carry around. I mean, like, remember the early 90s? Remember those big-ass Game Boys? It's awesome. You have to play Mario, Tetris, Now you just play them on your phone. It's pretty cool, not going to lie. You got video on there. Record video. You can take pictures, surf the internet. You can do whatever you want on your phone. But everyone is madly addicted to this. I mean, nobody, like, you go on the bus, you go on the TTC, assuming you take the bus or TTC. Everybody is on their phone. You got to kill time. I don't feel like looking out the dirty window. I might as well go online, play some music, watch a movie. It's truly one of the best inventions of the last 10 years. I shouldn't even say invention because it already got invented, like I said, 1973. But the way it's just evolved, it's awesome. There's been times where I've left the house, gone on the bus, I make it past a couple stops, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot my phone. So I got to backtrack a half hour, 45 minutes back home, wait for the next bus, because I can't leave the house without my cell phone. Can you go a day without your cell phone? Can you even go an hour without your cell phone? Just checking it, checking for texts or a message or emails, whatever. We're all addicted to this. The problem is we're losing the lack of communication. A lot of people don't know this, and probably people that are under, let's say, 15. So that generation has no idea that a cell phone can actually be used to make phone calls. I shit you not. I swear. You know what? I always forget this too. I was thinking to myself, okay, just let me go online, check this. Let me send this person a text. And then all the time I always get messages from my dad because he's never going to send me a text. He's an old Greek man. He's, by the time he figures out the buttons and everything, he's got one of the flip phones. It's just not going to happen. I send him a text. He might get it 4 or 5 days from now, so it's just not going to happen. But the younger generation, we can make actual phone calls on your cell phone. And that's the problem. Like, no one really does that anymore. Whatever happened to getting to know someone and you talk to them on the phone for hours at a time, and you do the whole online dating thing, for example. So you just message someone back and forth, and you just carry on the conversation with text without even talking to the person. I gotta get a feel of that person's attitude. You're not. It's impossible. You know, there's been times where I've texted someone back and forth. How's your day? Fine. What's your favorite color? Whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, somebody will say something. And it gets misconstrued. And you're like, you know what? Are you trying to, like, say something bad? Are you angry at me? You know, like, you can't judge someone's tone of voice or just any voice through a text. Once you put something in writing, it's just the way it looks. So if I text someone, fuck you, it's offensive. Obviously. Fuck, we all know what that means. You, the person I'm talking to. But I could be talking to someone just, you know, at a bar or a bowling alley, whatever. And I could be like, fuck you, man, that's crazy. They're going to know I'm joking. But if I text that, they'll probably take offense to it. I'm not going to lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Key and Peele, the show. I don't even know if it's still on, whatever. But I pretty much the only funny skit I always liked they did was they did a skit where back and forth two friends were texting. And basically it was just simple stuff. Like, okay, are you going to meet me here, man? All right, that's cool. Oh, I can't wait to see you. And then the whole joke is, like, the guy's reading it back and saying, well, what do you mean you're looking forward to see me? Like, what do you mean? Like, you know, just back and forth shit. And, like, the skit basically ends with him thinking that he's going to fight him at the bar. He brings a bat with spikes on it, whatever. And obviously it's over-exaggerated. But, you know, it's getting to a point, where I have no idea what the fuck a lot of people are saying. I really don't. You ever talk to someone via text? And like you feel your English is fine, you know? Boy, it was a sunny day today. How are you? And they text you back a question mark. Now, I'm assuming you're not the Riddler. I'm assuming that means you don't understand what I'm talking about. That's cool. Why don't you just say that? Please, for the love of God, just get it out there. Just say, you know what, man? I don't understand your sunny day comment. Can you please explain? Again, that's how lazy we are. We got these phones right in our hand. You know, I'm just going to shoot over a question mark. Who cares? No big deal. They'll understand what I'm talking about. For the most part, we do. You know, a question mark. Okay, someone's got a question. That's what it means to me. Do I have to give you an answer now? Do I have to break down how sunny the day really is? What part of the clouds are parting where I can see a certain sunlight? Cool, whatever. But just be more specific. If you got a question, just say, I have a question or I have a comment. Please, just say something. And we're killing it with this LOL shit. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm guilty of that too. Don't get me wrong. LOL. I'm not going to lie to you. Back in the day when I first got a computer, and the reason why I got a computer back in the day because of Napster, but we'll talk about that another day. I remember the first time I saw LOL, I swear to God, and this is not the fat guy talking, literally I thought it meant time for dinner. Because what I saw was like a circle, which I thought meant a plate. And I thought like the two lines meant like a fork and a spoon. So I'm like, okay, maybe this person has to go to dinner. You know, there was a pause there. You know, maybe they're busy, and maybe it's, you know, like obviously, like when you eat soup, you know, you don't want that soup skin on, you know, you want to attack it right away. It's like, okay, no worries. So that's what I thought it meant it was. I swear to God. But yeah, we're just say ha ha ha. Yeah. But then again, you know, like everything we text is not that funny. I mean, you ever text somebody something, you know, it's like, yeah, I get you, bud, and then they text you back, LOL. That's not that funny. I mean, like, you remember, I remember laughing more like a, you know, whatever, a funny show like Family Guy or Simpsons or whatever. You know, I'm like even I'm not laughing that much during it. But we're all guilty of it. We all do it. Another thing that really pisses me off about cell phones is that a lot of people have no idea how to even work them. Now, I've gone on the bus. I've seen like kids as young as 5, 6 have cell phones. I think it's always funny when, like, let's say you got like a lazy parent or something. They'll throw the kid a cell phone in the stroller. They're just distracted by the colors and the sound, and you might have to be on the bus for like 20 minutes, and unfortunately, you have to hear the wheels on the bus go round and round for that 20 minutes. But it keeps the kid quiet, sort of. I don't know, unless they're LOLing away to the songs and all that, but, it gets annoying. Have you guys ever heard of headphones? Or earplugs? No. Better yet, headphones. That's another thing. People got the cell phones, they go on the bus, just blaring the music, no headphones. Every cell phone comes with headphones. Just plug in the headphones. Some of the music's good, but if I'm tired or if I'm just relaxing on the bus, I don't know. I don't want to hear it. And sometimes it's a big person. You don't know who it is. You don't know this person. Maybe this person is getting some. I don't know, maybe he's on ecstasy or something, and he's trying to get revved up for a rave or something, and he's just, I don't know, maybe he's trying to get in his zone, and you don't want to go up to him and say, hey, dude, please, can you keep it down? But really in your head, you're like, dude, just turn that fucking shit off before I throw it out the fucking window. But of course you can't do that, because it'll start a fight, and then the bus driver's not going to say anything. He doesn't give a shit. He's making like 40 an hour. He's just like, whatever. Unless it's in my face, I don't care. The thing is, some bus drivers I've seen actually go on the PA and go, can the person in the back please turn this down or turn off your music? Thank you. I don't know. Depends on the area, depends on the driver, I guess. But, it gets pretty frustrating. The art of making a simple phone call. Talking to someone. What happened to that? We got digital buttons now. We got, it's quick. It's all saved. You even put in the person's name. This is how lazy we are too. Remember back in the day where you used to go to the library and actually look up something? I actually, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking hated doing that shit. Because, you gotta get up, you gotta put pants on. You gotta go outside and, walk to the library or run or I don't know, whatever you do. And you go there and, I'm not saying I'm a germaphobe or nothing, but I mean, God only knows what people have done to these books before. I'm not saying that people are getting freaky with these books, although I've heard many, many stories about 50 Shades of Grey. But, you don't know if someone sneezed on it, you don't know nothing. And then you gotta go up there and then, you gotta, not pay for the book. I don't know, because, no one's gonna pay $36 for a book they're gonna read once. And, deal with the librarian. She's always crabby. And, you want this one? And I'm like, yeah, no, I just thought I'd look at it for an hour. Yes, I want this one. So you give her the thing, and then, you got a library card? I don't have a library card. I'll register right now. Okay, that takes time. And a lot of times you forget your library card. And you're like, oh, shit. Okay, well, you can't do the thing. I'm like, I paid $1 for it. I mean, here's another $1. Hold this for ransom if you want, and then I can take the book, please. And then you take the book home, and there's stuff written in it, and it's due by this day. And of course, you always forget, and I don't know. The library wants to make their 10 cents back, whatever. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I love the fact I could just talk into my phone and say, hey. You remember that episode of The Simpsons where Homer was Mr. Plow? It's just that simple. I love it. That aspect is awesome. Everybody's like a mini James Bond now. It's great with these phones. It's awesome. Video calls, I don't know. I personally think that's overrated. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think the whole concept of a phone call is that you don't have to see the person. And you don't want the other person to see you. Like, what if I'm just waking up, chilling, relaxed, I gotta make a quick phone call. I don't want that person seeing me. I don't look good when I'm dressed or showered. This morning breath, and okay, obviously you can't smell the person over the phone, although I'm sure in 50 years that'll be awesome. I'm sure you could do that. But, just call the person normally. That's all. I get it if you're talking to someone in China or Greece or, I don't know, whatever. But that's cool. But just stick to simple talking. Hey, how are you? I'm good, thanks. Da-da-dee. That's it. Plain and simple. Have you ever been walking down the street and you're on your phone and you've bumped into a pole? That's happened to me only, 4 times. But this is how distracted we are by these phones. We got all these apps, getting alerts. I have 3 sports apps. So every time I get a hockey score of the Leafs, the Leafs fucking up again, I will hear it 3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3 times we lost to the Islanders. I don't know why we always lose to the Islanders anyway. The point is, I don't need that many alerts. I didn't get this many alerts as a kid. I don't need it now. I don't need the reminders all the time. Oh, someone's birthday's coming up. Oh, it's someone's birthday. You wish to have my birthday? I will. I remember. Give me some credit. I remember some stuff. I can remember people's birthday. That's not a problem. I just don't need to be reminded 29 times. There's no point. You know what is the point of a cell phone? To make phone calls. I can't stress this enough. Again, people under the age of 15 will not understand this. You can actually make phone calls on your cell phone. It's awesome. It's like you know what it's like? It's like the person's right there. And you call, hey, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. It's like they're right there. You can actually hear the response. You can hear if they're sad and happy and angry and pissed off that you drunk called them at 3:29. It happens. But, it's cool to hear the response. It really is. Music, too. Any music you want. Put it on your phone. Remember the iPod? Gone. We need the iPod for. Again, awesome. I can't stress this. It is awesome to have a cell phone in this day and age. It is so cool. Back in the day, I would have a Walkman. Now, for those of you, again, under the age of 15, who have no idea what a Walkman is basically a big brick of shit. And you open it, and then you put another mini piece of brick shit in there, and you close it, you push play, and you hear tss for, probably 10 seconds before you hear the first song. And unfortunately, if you didn't like the song, you had to forward it. I don't mean forward it like you hold the button and you can fast forward 100 times faster. Like, you literally had to hold the button, and you have to wait for the next song that you probably don't like. And then later on, portable CD players came. Again, I'm going to explain to people that are under 15 what a CD is. But a CD is basically, it's not the size of a brick this time. It's a more thinner piece of shit. And you put it in the slightly bigger piece of shit, and you push play, and again, it plays songs. But again, it was great. No, it wasn't. It fucking sucked. Remember those ones that you put on the table and you just bang the table and the thing just skips like crazy? Those things are a piece of shit too. And then they made bigger ones with shock resistance and whatever, right? And then, but you had to wait for the thing to charge, and you put the song on your phone now. Listen to it whenever you want. I love it. I absolutely love it. But there's so many cool things about the cell phone. It's just we're so addicted to this. I'm literally recording this podcast into my phone. I was going to get some mics and all that, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to record into my phone. I'm not Dr. Dre. I'm not Swiss Beats. I'm not Pharrell Williams. I'm just recording a simple podcast, getting my voice out there. I don't need no mics. I got everything built in here. Like it says standard. It's got the time going. It even measures the level of my voice. I feel like I'm at the hospital. I'm hooked up to one of those things. It's beep, beep, beep. Yeah, it's awesome. Like what do you spend all this money for? I'm talking to my phone. That's it. Plain and simple. Voice recorder. Another cool thing. I remember when the voice recorder really became popular, when like Home Alone 2 came out. And after that, everybody had to have a voice recorder. I mean, that's just my opinion, because like after that, everybody wanted to record everybody. Everybody wanted to be a spy. I mean, the guy went to, what did Macaulay do? He went into the hotel room there. You know, you push record. Yes, I want a hotel room, please. Extra large bed, a TV, and one of those little refrigerators that you open with a key. And he slowed the thing down and, oh, I'd like a hotel room, please, with an extra large bed, a TV, and one of those little keys you need to open the key. Okay, sir, we're going to need a credit card. Credit card, you got it. Like, that's it. That was awesome. But the thing, again, was like the size of his head. You know? Now we all got small cell phones. That's another thing too. Like for a while, like the cell phone was like, remember the Zach Morris phones? I mean, the things were like the size of Shaquille O'Neal's sneakers. I mean, they were huge, but again, they were cool. You know, like he's in high school. He's got the big car antenna coming out of it. He can make phone calls, whatever. It's awesome. So then for a while, like phones were just big. And then all of a sudden, like phones got really small. And then they started getting bigger again for some reason. Like I remember I saw an interview with Jay Farrell, and like he had this one of the like cell phone that looked like a plasma, like mini plasma screen in his pocket. You know, I had to like wipe it and shit and just clean it off, and it's a pain in the ass. And then I've noticed they've gotten like a little bit more smaller now. Now they're kind of like a good size. They're a good size now, but then they still have the weight for some reason of a 1985 cell phone. I don't know why. I mean, does it matter how much stuff I actually put in there? Does that actually affect, like, does that extra gigabyte chip I put in like really add that much more to the weight? I mean, I don't know. And they're still expensive too. Like if you want to buy a phone, like the average phone outright, like a really good phone, the iPhone XXX whatever, or a Samsung Galaxy phone that doesn't blow up in your pocket, you're probably looking at least $1,000 easily. But it doesn't stop there. You got to get accessories. You got to get a good case for that. Some of the cases out there go for $100. $100 for a case. $100 for a piece of plastic to protect your other piece of plastic. Whoever thought of this, I think is a genius. Because you know what? We're all paying for it. I mean, it's not a stupid idea. I mean, we all, need a good one in the end, right? I don't like those covers, the ones that cover like the whole phone and they're like rubber. It's like having the picture like a tire and then your phone goes in there. Like I don't know. I don't like it. I like the one that just covers everything. The stupid thing is, like, I bought one that covers everything and it flips open back and forth. The first time I dropped it was literally like a day later. I got my cell phone, and of course, as it's falling, it flips open, so the screen lands like boom, right on the ground, and like the other half of it, the other flip side, should be on top of that, but it's not. It almost like fucking ran away. Like, go screw yourself, I'm still here, but yeah, I'm not gonna help you out. I'm like okay, $100 down the drain. That's great. So, I'm getting this worked up over a cell phone. Like even sometimes the menus drive me nuts. Like if I'll go to settings, I want like certain lighting, and I ask you, do you want to save light on this? Do you want at a certain time of day? Do you want it less light? Just give me a normal amount of light so I can see what I'm texting. Because my text, is so important. That emoji, with a guy kissing a dog, it's so worth it to have the proper lighting. I can't stress how important that is. Why am I sending that emoji? It's not important. What's important is that the proper lightage is there. And it drives you nuts because a lot of times, like when you turn off your phone, it doesn't save the settings. Or if you go to a video, then you gotta adjust the light, adjust the volume. Then you adjust the wrong one, the thing's blasting. It gets to be pretty insane. But again, it's insane that I'm even saying that this is insane. Like these are the major problems we have. Having a cool gadget like this and, we're worried about the lighting. We got generations out there that didn't even have proper lighting. We got generations out there that didn't, like when the video recorder first came out, it didn't have sound. Everybody was living like Charlie Chaplin. I mean, it's funny to look at, but what's he really trying to say with that mustache and cane? Like, what's he really trying to get out there? It is the ultimate gadget, the cell phone. And we're constantly looking down. I'm telling you, like, we're pretty much de-evolving back into cavemen again. Because remember, cavemen used to walk and, if you were around back then. And, they're crawling and, like their necks are down. Like, like their, rappers wearing 250 chains. And it's insane. And we're missing everything around us. Missing all the good stuff. Even if we see something, we're going to whip out our phone and take a quick picture of it. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I have all three of these apps on my phone and I don't use any of them. Twitter, again, you put something in text, it's out there forever. I think you can delete it, whatever. But once you say something in a text, once you write something down in letter form, that's the way people are going to read it. Especially if you got no punctuation. I remember one time my mom messaged me. I was with my dad. She's like, okay, yeah, I'll meet you guys at SDM. Now, I have no idea what the fuck SDM is. It kind of just came to me because like we passed a store and I thought to myself, does she mean Shoppers Drug Mart? And she did. She meant Shoppers Drug Mart. But again, I don't know that. Just say Shoppers Drug Mart. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with spelling it out. I mean, it takes a couple seconds. It's not a big deal. And what's the other one? Snapchat. You take a picture and then what? It automatically gets deleted? Like, what's the point? I mean, remember back in the day, you get the Polaroid, take a picture. I think I think to have one of those pictures, it costs like what, $4 or something? Like, so when you take a picture of something, it better be worth it, Again, I don't see the point. I don't have it. And what's the other one? Instagram. Remember telegrams? I don't, because I'm not that old, but still, a lot of people do. Instagram. Boom! It's right there. I used to make one phone call to a buddy of mine. He would deliver a gram. Listen, shitty joke, I know. I'm just saying, I don't get those three apps. You want to say something to someone, just give them a phone call. Someone made a good point too. Like, nobody calls press conferences anymore. I mean, what's the point? You got Twitter. Any person can go on there and just voice their opinion. Today I just had a baby. She's awesome. Today I had a sandwich. Today it was a little too soggy for my taste. Boo hoo. Hashtag sad. Hashtag how did that become a thing? Hashtag I remember that symbol being pound. Remember you call someone press pound for more options. Yeah, you push pound and then okay, so more options sad. Like I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just again, you can't say the whole thing, just say it. It's frustrating. A lot of people go on Twitter and they just go nuts. Again, just a little quick thing on your phone, boom, 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 bloop, and that's it. It's that quick to get your voice out. Or in this case, your text out. Everything's at your fingertips on your phone. Everything. Remember how heavy encyclopedias were? Like one for every letter of the alphabet. And you had to have a bookshelf and you had to go through it. Nah, you don't need that anymore. Go on your phone. Hey Google, who was the first person on outer space? Hey Google, is it true that Denzel Washington's first role was in Death Wish 3? Hey Google, why is Donald Trump a dickhead? It's that simple. The world is at our fingertips with probably one of the best inventions of all time, the smartphone. How smart do you really feel sitting outside of a club at 3 a.m. on a Saturday, freezing your ass off, and asking a piece of plastic, where's the closest Uber? I don't feel that smart. I really don't. I'd rather just say, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to make 4 lefts. I'll make a circle. Then once I figure out I did a circle, I'm going to just walk all the way home. Why not? Good exercise. I got some music on my phone. I might as well. I got headphones, so I don't piss off anybody. Why not? Just a hypothetical question for everybody out there. You ever go to a bar and you're just sitting there and minding your own business, drinking, and the person next to you says, hey, you want to see something cool? You're like, sure, why not? And they whip out their cell phone, and then they whip out the craziest shit you've ever seen. Some guy having sex with a woman, then afterwards being able to suck his own dick. Now, when the person invented the cell phone, I don't think this is what he had in mind. First of all, I'm not going to lie, that is kind of amazing. But second, I don't want to see this at this time or any time. It's not really relevant to be chilling with some friends and drinking. It just... Again, if you want to make a phone call and tell that person, look, I found something cool, you want me to send it to you, and please ask them, do you want me to send you this? I'm not just going to throw in your face, here's some dick. Just, please, little consideration. The cell phone is almost like someone's Bible. For those of you that know what the Bible is, it's a... Oh, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure you know what the Bible is at this point. Yeah. It starts off with in the beginning, and yeah, it's a cool story. So they treat it like it's attached to their body, because in many ways it is. I always find that funny too when people, go jog. Well, first of all, I find it funny when people jog anyway. I don't know. I'm just not a jogger, but like people just jogging down the street, and they got the cell phone strap, I'm sure that the piece of rope only cost them $50. They got it strapped to their arm, and they're just going and going, and they're just having fun. It's cool. Apparently nobody has pockets. They can't just put it in their pocket? No, I guess, okay, it's in the way, it's heavy, you know. But this is gonna throw off your whole balance. I mean, because like some of these phones out there, they gotta weigh at least a couple pounds, you know. And a lot of these people out there that I always see jogging, they only weigh like 110, so it's gotta like teeter than totter than, you know, just holding your phone. Think of it like a mini weight, like when you're running down the street. You know, we get it. You know, you're fit. We get it. You know, you got a cool phone. We get it, man. We get it. We get it. Just put it in your pocket. We get it. It's cool. It is a really cool invention. Really is. The smartphone. Is it to remind us that, you know, we're stupid without it? Like why a smartphone? We went from cellular phone, to cell phone, because people forgot how to spell, I guess, to smartphone. Do you really feel that smart with your phone? Can you not live a couple days without it? I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna lie. It's cool. I mean, I'm really trying to think of every excuse I can to not have my phone on me, but I can't. I mean, it's just one of those things, you know, like even for work, like people are like, oh yeah, I'll call you at work, I'll send you a quick email, you know, even if you're on the street, doesn't matter, you will get it that quick, plain simple. It's great to catch up on shows too. You miss your favorite TV show, just load them on your phone. Get Netflix on your phone too. It's awesome. I love it. My only problem, shouldn't say only problem, but one of the many problems I got with cell phones is that it's just making us lazy. Nobody wants to talk to anybody anymore. You got a generation out there where all they know is texting and emojis. It's depressing at times. If I could give some advice to some people out there, let's say if you're seeing someone, give them a call. Talk to them. Get to know them. I mean, really get to know them. Just don't send them an emoji. Talk to them. Really get to know them. Chat with them. Ask them, how's your day? You have any plans for this weekend? What are your goals in life? Call your parents. Actually call your parents and let them hear the sound of your voice. I'm not gonna lie, my parents annoy the piss out of me sometimes. A lot of times I don't want to hear their voice too. But I try calling as much as I can because I want to hear them. I don't want to hear just a simple text. Hey, how are you? Cool. All right, bye. I want to hear them. I want to hear, you know, their voice. I want to hear how they're doing. I want to know everything's okay. Life's short. Texting short too. I get it, you know. It's quick. We're always on the go. I get it. It's a really quick way to message someone. But, you know, if you got the time, make a phone call. Certain providers, though, I'm not going to lie, are definitely better than others. I'm not going to say who. I'm not calling anybody out. But make sure it's a good reception. If it's a good reception, give them a call. And even if it's not the best reception, just give them a call anyway. Call them in a rainstorm. Who cares? Just let them know you're cool and everything's all right. And please, if you can, I cannot stress this enough, don't have them on speaker. I Can't understand most people when they have me on speaker. I can't understand myself when I'm on speaker. Just talk right into the phone. Again, it depends what phone you have. It depends what company you're with. Again, I'm not going to call anybody out, but just speak clearly. Speak clearly into the mic and let the rest do itself. And avoid using Bluetooth. Bluetooth is awesome. I'm not going to lie. Like, I love the whole Bluetooth, you know. I get it. You want to look like a Wall Street dude. I get it. It's cool. But if you can avoid using that as well, please do. Remember when we used to use home phones? And it was annoying. Okay, you hear the phone ring, and for some reason, we couldn't remember where the phone was in our house. You know, I mean, we would hear it ring, you know, we're like, okay, we're upstairs. There's a phone in the third room, but I'm technically, if I go down the stairs, I can hit the one in the hallway, but it didn't matter. Either way, it was a very clear reception, especially on the cordless. Cordless was great. When they invented that, I was like, this is awesome. I got a cordless converter, cordless controller, now I got a cordless phone. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. I never understood, like, remember those home phones that were like, it had a really long cord? Like, it was the size of an umbilical cord. What was the point of it? You know, and then like you're turning around, you're twisting, and it's like you're a dog in, in the leash, whatever. Like, well, the fuck's the point? There's no point to this. Just snip it. That's it. We can't snip it, but get a cordless, whatever. Put an extra $10, and there you go. You're set to go. But the quality on those were great. I've yet to have a cell phone. I've been probably using cell phones since 14 years. Showing my age now, but still, 14 years I've been using a cell phone, and I've yet to find a cell phone that has remotely the good quality of a home phone does. If you ever have a chance, again, if you're like 15 to 20, you're going to be blown away when you see these. They used to have phones where it basically had a wheel. Now, if you didn't have like a finger or some kind of stick, you could not make a phone call. And it would sit on kind of phones back in the day looked like thrones for some reason. I don't know why. But, you would have to, okay. You got one number. 4, 1, 6, 9. Oh, put 8. Fuck, I fucked it up. 4. Like, that was a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. So, again, this is why cell phones are great. Everything's programmed in there. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. I love how lazy people are now. Like, literally, if you have your list of numbers, like, you don't even have to like put in like A, B, C. Like, you just go into the mic again. Now I want John or Mary. There you go. Boop, boop. That's it. Here you go. Send emoji now. It's that fast and that quick. You know what I really wish was that fast and that quick? When you recharge your phone. Like 2015 just passed a couple years ago. I'm still waiting for my Mattel hoverboard. But I thought at this point in my life, I would have a recharger where you plug it in, like maybe 5-10 minutes, boom, full charge. And even on like a really, like, let's say the phone is like dead. Let's say if it's at like 5%, it's giving you that final warning and you're freaking out and you're out with your buddies and you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Yeah. And then you plug in your phone and then you got it at a buddy's house or at the bar and you're plugging it in and again, you're letting go of a part of yourself. Even when you go to the bathroom, you're like, please keep an eye on my phone. Please make sure nothing gets spilled on it or nobody takes it. It shouldn't take that long to recharge a phone. 5-10 minutes tops. I'm already pissed off when you turn on a computer. It takes like 5 minutes to load. I don't know. It should take 10 seconds. I don't know. We put a man on the moon. I'm just saying, let's invent a faster charger. Please. I got things to do, people to see, music to listen to on my phone, videos of monkeys scratching their asses and then falling off the tree. You know, I got things to do, guys. Please, all I want is a fast charge. That's it. Plain and simple. What are phones going to look like in the future? I mean, will we even have phones? We'll just like stuff something in our brain, and if I want to send an emoji smile to someone, I just go, that's it. Just think about it. And boom, it happens. Keep losing these phones too. That's another thing. I mean, every time you lose a phone, you call your company and go, yeah, my phone got lost. And of course they don't believe you, because they think, you just want to get a free phone, whatever. Oh yeah, my phone's damaged, Oh, sorry, sir, you're past the 1 day of warranty, whatever, and yeah, you can't do it anymore. Well, okay. Yeah, we can give you a loaner phone. Yeah, and then they give you a loaner phone. I don't know how many people have coughed into that shit, and I don't know. It's not worth it. I want to see some futuristic shit. I want to see some stuff where, like, I have like an on and off button in my brain, and I could just like push on, hold it, comes up quick, boom, that's it. Play some music, play some videos, and hey, maybe even make a phone call. Hey, guess where I'm calling you from? My brain. That'd be a pain in the ass though if you like go to sleep and you accidentally left your brain phone on and someone calls you like early Saturday morning, and it's always one of those bullshit vacation 5,000 trip one calls, and you're like, oh shit, and you can't avoid it because it just goes right to your brain because you left your shit on, right? So you're screwed. That would be the only drawback, but other than that, it sounds pretty cool. But the cell phone, I mean, obviously it's here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to get bigger and bigger. The online thing makes me nervous though. Like the whole thing where like you take a picture of like your paycheck or you swipe a credit card. It's just, some of this is just too easy. It's too easy. It's got to be more challenging to, the person who's going to eventually rip me off once they steal my phone. I don't want them having access that quickly to my accounts. I don't like it. It's too easy. It's too easy to get to. I don't like it. Go to the bank. That's cool. Sit in the line. Be impatient. Worst case scenario, you got your phone on you, so you can watch some videos, music, make an online purchase, which is something again like I don't like doing personally because again, you got all your information out there. Not that I got a lot of money that you can take anyway, but still, it does make me nervous. And you're still sitting in line. You can even make a phone call. You can make a phone call while you're in the bank. Call your mother. Call your girlfriend. Call your mistress. It doesn't matter. Just call somebody. Because that was the main purpose of phones. I think it's just cool that we have mobile phones. I don't have to go to pay phones anymore. How disgusting were payphones? I mean, you had no idea who touched that last. They had like ear crust and hair, and those things always skeeved me out. I never liked them. But we're so distracted by these things. But again, it's a cool invention. A lot of people just stick with the flip phones. All they want to do is make phone calls. You can text me? Yeah, sure you can text me. But if you text me something like long, like a 2-page essay, what's the point? Just call me. It's simple. You got my number in your phone. You make the phone call. And that's it. All this other stuff is extra. That's a cool extra, don't get me wrong. It's just, let's not forget the main purpose of the cell phone is the actual phone part. I feel bad for the younger generation. I really do. Like, in the sense where, they really just forget how to actually talk to people. And it's not just like through computers, but a big thing is cell phones. I mean, more than likely, you'll always have your cell phone on you. It doesn't matter if you're 10 or 40. You're always going to have your cell phone on you, regardless. And, most of the times you're just going to send someone a quick text, or, you'll be looking down and just saying, hey, how are you? I'm good. Looking at a video, searching YouTube for some weather bloopers, which I love, by the way. I'm not going to lie. Playing some games. It's cool. It is the ultimate toy. It's the coolest toy probably out there right now. And we're all hooked. We just have to make it more realistic talking to people. This is why a lot of people, I think they just like meet people for the first time, like not just in dates, just like in general. Like if they haven't seen someone in a long time, like they don't know how to react like in person. They're just sitting there like, oh shit, like hey, what's up? Like they're all frozen. Just be yourself. Just make a phone call and just actually talk to the person. Next time you go out, doesn't matter if you're on the bus or subway or with your friends, take a minute to just look around and see how many people, while they're with other people, are glued to their phones. Here's an idea. Why don't you just look up and talk to them? And for once in your life, don't look down.